loss. And in Season 4 of Quake Open League, VENGEURR took a map off him in one of the finals he was in. But anyways, 40, yeah, let's do this. Let's get into the semifinals.
CYPHER versus VENGEURR on Awoken map number 1. CYPHER will go ahead and get the Mega Spawn to LG. VENGEURR's going to be across the map trying to rail away at CYPHER, and he'll get one. Going through the portal, Orb comes out. Another great rail. We'll miss out on the third. But wow, that's a great little series from VENGEURR. And if he can hit those rails consistently, it might be bad for CYPHER. Might be a bad time.
Yeah, could be, could be. It was a pretty aggressive play at the beginning. CYPHER kind of opened up the taps by going through the teleporter. I think he was possibly a little lucky not to have paid the full price then. But VENGEURR gets himself onto mega health. He's got a heavy armor that he can go over to. Maybe CYPHER just spotted his body going through past the teleporter for a second through water. And here's fire totems for CYPHER.
VENGEURR doing a great job of trapping him though in the LG fight. He outstacks and needs to be careful. Rocket for the information, and still CYPHER trapped. He does have a lot of totems to work with as VENGEURR peeks in and he's like, let me get rid of these. How dare you? And the split between Mega and Heavy is in favor of VENGEURR if he decides to push, and the orb not quite far enough. CYPHER still not making a break for Heavy until... It's a rail for that.
Pretty well then. I liked what CYPHER did. He kind of got himself in the way of VENGEURR, and it was enabled him to cast himself over towards that heavy armor. He knew he was going to be able to take a little bit of damage, but as long as he mitigated it a bit, it was good. And he's got a massive advantage now. VENGEURR is really weak. Orb comes in, and he's going to counter danger with just further aggression.
Yeah, that was a really ballsy... oh, and the rail switch is not good because he doesn't have any slugs, but the damage with the rockets is good. As VENGEURR taking a ballsy orb. CYPHER dropping down for the heavy, and the tickle is strong. Rocket is not, as CYPHER will survive for the time being. Might get caught out here over by the drive-through window. The tri-bolt from the cubby spamming through. Wow, a lot of damage from that tri-bolt. Orb comes out again, too short, and I don't know what VENGEURR's doing with these.
They're kind of odd orbs, but it's like he's not over-committing to the fight with them. I don't know how deliberate it is that he's cutting it short, but I'm finding it amusing. Oh, the tri-ball is going to secure the first frag. It was the right distance for it. VENGEURR gets off to the better start, you got to say.
Yeah, that was phenomenal. Great use of the tri-bolt there, and now he's into full control, just waiting on this rocket to set a trap. Good initial rail. The follow-up will miss, but the orb can go in for the aggressive play, but he won't take it. The dual wield will come out, but surely the LG will melt CYPHER, and it will. Good damage, but again, Mega right to VENGEURR's back, and he will trap CYPHER on the heavy. Into the rail, the dire orb comes out, and he will commit last second, but the chase, wow, 100 damage rocket.
Oh god! Wow. 1 HP is left for CYPHER. Item's not up for a while. He's going to rocket jump through. He's got an orb still to use. But that 10 seconds until mega health, it's going to break away a little bit. He's armored up. He's rearing to go with his ability back online. And CYPHER cannot take him down. LG is strong from VENGEURR.
Yeah, trying to force the issue there. And VENGEURR gets the best of him with the shaft. But wow, survived with 1 HP. That could have been the turnaround. CYPHER could have won the whole thing off 1 HP. But he doesn't. So VENGEURR takes the first round.
Round 2.
Well, let's move into round 2. VENGEURR with mega health start. He is... Oh, I thought he was going to totally just rush headfirst into that one. Through the teleporter. Orb has been used from CYPHER, so VENGEURR's kind of happy to, like, get a bit closer than you'd otherwise expect.
Yeah, VENGEURR doing a good job. Ooh, good job of eating that rail there as he tries to make his way to T-Con. CYPHER with a great shot. Ooh, the nail's so strong, though. It's like perfect little trail.
That was actually a wild amount of damage. That secured him a lot of safety for a moment, but he walks into the rockets and CYPHER just hits the 1, 2, 3. And he gets the first frag of this round, now with heavy control too.
And the initial rail's good. Swaps to LG. It could be too late, but it's barely enough with 5 HP. CYPHER hanging on by the skin of his teeth. Needs to stack back up over by this drive-through window off whatever he can. Mega's going to be up in 5. And the split on the items is good, but it looks like CYPHER can't contest for this Mega. He comes to terms with it and says, this is fine. It'll be okay.
Gets rid of that totem. VENGEURR knows what's up with that. He should be able to secure control of the item. He's not going to drop yet. He can't offer that trajectory too easily. He's just got to hope for damage himself. think the only way he got that item is if he dropped earlier. LG on LG. Orb comes out. He's up close range. Oh, VENGEURR kills himself. He wanted a last rocket, but denied.
Yeah. Who put that wall there?
Round begins in 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Fight.
Needs to try and shake that off and not think about how he just embarrassed himself in front of the world here, as Cypher will have the LG Mega Spawn. VENGEURR missing an early rail there through the telly. Waiting on this pickup from Cypher on rail. Hears it, decides he doesn't want to stick around, which is probably good. The tri-bolt spam coming out immediately afterwards from Cypher.
Kind of like zooms in and then zooms out again, and then he shoots. I was kind of like, I don't know. I was kind of weirded out about how he went for that first shot. But nevertheless, gonna oh, that's a really sick play actually from Cypher. He gives himself that angle just as VENGEURR's going up the bounce pad. Immediate reaction. Little peppering of the tri-bolt. Sorry for you. I'm stealing your lines right here, man. And
you could borrow whatever you want.
Thank you, thank you. He's salting him down. I don't know. I've got to work on this a little bit.
It's all right. We'll workshop it together. It'll be fine. There's a lot at stake here, okay? I need you to succeed. But let's get down to the meat and potatoes of this, as Cypher is going to use that orb for that snag and run play, as he does so well, and he gets in on the Mega. Good rail as well, and VENGEURR absolutely crippled, and he might get caught out at LG. What a shot! Through the tri-bolt spam in the face. That's like dunking on someone with a hand in your face in the NBA. It was phenomenal play by Cypher.
He's looking really good with the Ranger, actually. VENGEURR's got to find a way to shut this champion down, because it's been a long time coming for Cypher. Starting to make really, really good use of this champion. Good rails from VENGEURR as it stands. So that is eventually going to be the orb taken to heavy. Small period of vulnerability now for Cypher without that orb, though.
Yeah, eats 2 quick rails, and I'm surprised that he actually took that orb. VENGEURR didn't take the angle for it. That would have been an easy frag, but instead goes up the T-Con to grab the 50 armor, and Cypher takes the orb, grabs the heavy, and now he's looking a lot better than he did 2 seconds ago.
There's up it.
Again, the rails, man.
Yeah, it's been super solid. Cypher keeps on healing up. Again, he uses the orb. From mobility, oh, the direct rocket. That is going to hurt in the morning. Fortunately for VENGEURR, he's found a little bit of stack that he can work with, but again, it's those rails that VENGEURR's not quite able to deal with. Heavy and Mega going to spawn at the same time, and VENGEURR might want to delay just a little longer still.
Pushing up aggressively on this T-Con. The dual wields popped. Cypher has the distance to get away. 26 HP, needs to be extremely careful. The VENGEURR pre-fires the T-Con trying to get in that shot. Still not that healthy. The jump pad play comes up, and VENGEURR will melt Cypher. Cypher gets a little bit overzealous with his positioning there.
Yeah, I think he wanted to go over towards... he was expecting VENGEURR to chase down below, and that he was playing a sort of smart game by double backing onto that Mega health. But it just did not work out for him. VENGEURR, a very smart counterplay himself. Now keeping it dead even as we're reset on a best of 3 in rounds. That's a lot of damage though from VENGEURR. Surely he can capitalize from this.
Great rails now from VENGEURR.
He hears everything as well, so that bounce pad being taken means, okay, I've even got a clear angle to get onto heavy armor. You're not going to be touching me anytime soon, but VENGEURR has to capitalize on the control. He's got to push in for the frag. He's checking those sound cues to try and help him out of that. Oh, but Cypher takes the one route where he can't get an angle, and now he's given away his position.
VENGEURR on the chase, straight out of the telly with the dual wield, and he will reach out and touch Cypher and melt him instantly as he's down onto his Galena. And VENGEURR, again, full map control. Trying to wait a little bit in this middle area here, and the LG to rail combo. So strong.
Yeah, man, that LG, that little string of damage you got. Let's watch it right here. Dude, the 7s, man. That's unbelievable. Let's see if VENGEURR's going to be able to get one more, push himself onto a map advantage and to map 2, or if Cypher's going to come back fighting.
This is weird. Maybe a little bit of mouse stuff going on with VENGEURR there in the beginning of the round, but shakes it off. Everything's fine. Nothing to complain about except for that jump over, which he misses, but that's fine. Everything's good. So he'll make his way over to the LG now. Doubling back to try and get that T-con control. You can hear so much from this position. It's very important, but just like Cypher's doing, it's very easy to snuff out with Tribolt.
Here's where he is, just spotted his feet. Oh, the flick. A second flick. Almost a third. Definitely reminiscent versus Rafa then. Mega is available, and he's got to feel like, right, it's time to bite. Time to convert now, as that orb is down for Cypher. I want him to be really proactive now.
Yeah, VENGEURR trying to figure out which way he wants to attack. There's no real item up for about 10 seconds, and now he's just eating rails. Cypher doing a good job of just waiting, doing good chip damage, and taking control of his T-con area.
Cypher is going to step through in the end. Takes a little bit of damage. We have got major items that are up. Mega health should go over to Cypher. I think he's not done too badly considering the damage he took. He's back in a position where he can challenge, but he was never able to capitalize with that advantage earlier. Having to hit those rails. Those bounce pad shots, you cannot miss those. Which he doesn't.
Yeah, that was a great job from VENGEURR to hear the bounce pad and then just switch to rail immediately for that easy 90. The orb comes in. Orbs from Cypher as well, but the shaft from VENGEURR's too strong, and he will get the frag.
And that's going to be control of Mega, too. Is he going to try and make his way up to the others? He's found BJ. There's dual wheel being used. That rocket narrowly misses on the little flick rail. He's put himself now onto map point. Heavy has just been taken. It is Galena, but the damage that's being done. What is this vertical LG? Rocket jump. Totem done. Flick rail not going to hit. He's got an orb if he wants it. But you can settle down. You don't need to finish it off yet. But you can. I mean, I'll be happy for you to try.
Yeah, Cypher doing a good job of using those nails to keep him at bay. VENGEURR actually doing a good job of, wow, hitting that rail jump across. And he will take that first map 3-1. I liked VENGEURR didn't get too crazy with the push. I mean, just enough to keep the pressure on, but eventually he was like, all right, this is fine. Let me stack back up a little bit, get back to Mega. Eventually I'll wear him down, and that rail shot in T-con was fantastic to finish out the first map.
Some tasty shots that we've been having in the replay as well as the self-kill from VENGEURR. But some of these rails he's got are just looking so crispy. And here's the final kill of the round, LG. And just right around the corner, there's barely any of the Galena there, but he just hits her arm. And that's the 90 damage.
Yeah, that was really well done. VENGEURR's really rolling off that first series against Cooler. You can kind of tell. I'd like to see if Cypher can kind of readjust and maybe set the tone on this next map, but it's hard. I mean, if VENGEURR's going to keep playing like this and hitting those rails, I don't know what you could do against that.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Blood Covenant coming up next. I need to remember, actually, what were the champions that were removed. I want to say that Clutch was banned, but we'll be able to visit it in a second as we are going to get those champion picks. I've got it in my ear. I can finally do that for you. I really wanted to do it. We've got Clutch and Vibe that were banned out.
So then more shubs. More shubs. Let's keep the shubs up. I need the shub levels high for the rest of this tournament. Yeah, very, very high. Tall shubs.
Let's jump right into it. Blood Covenant coming right up. VENGEURR is going to be picking first, and he's going to go with BJ. I expect, honestly, Nyx and Ranger from VENGEURR. He's going to go with Galena. Interesting.
Same
Nyx
lineups,
available. Yeah, I really feel Nyx is very strong here, even after the changes to how many hourglasses are available on the map. I think she's just so awesome to play on this map. Not just like amazingly fun, but amazingly effective when you're able to play that long-range game successfully. But neither of them have to deal with a Nyx. They're opting for the Galena. Maybe we're going to get a slightly slower gameplay. However, if you got Cypher and VENGEURR in a server together, I wouldn't assume that's going to be the case.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm a little sad that we're not going to see Nyx. I mean, take advantage of that Ghost Walk instant shot while you can, because it might be gone. Okay, that's all I'm saying. But also, the shubs. Got to take advantage of the shubs while you can.
Story of the day, right? Story of the day. Well, let's move into it, guys. Map 2 here in the semi-finals. The Quake Open League EU Elite Season 7. We are on Cypher to begin with. And I think we're B2Ling. Base is having some problems. He's doing the Cyberfight stream. They're doing the official Russian coverage for today. Thank you, Base, but game. No, it's all good. It's all good. I just feel like today's been a kind of some super surprising results, and I wonder if we're kind of approaching a... Sounds weird, like a new era of the game, like the Youngbloods are rising through. Cypher is coming back into the competitive scene with a bit more force on this occasion at last. Just only Italy has been able to allow me to conclude this. Sirius is also on the cusp. And honestly, results are super interesting to see at the moment, to see who's stacking up at the top.
Yeah, all the veterans are very upset that you pointed that out. But yeah, I think you're right. It might be kind of turning of the tide here as we see Razy and Wenger making their way towards the semis here. Razy again coming off that huge win in Italy against Rafa. And the thing that really gets me is he reset the bracket on Rafa. You feel like after the first best of 3, Rafa would have him downloaded and he'd be like, all right, this is fine. I'm going to settle down. But Razy went the whole mile and 7 quarters or whatever the saying is. I'm not really sure. But he reset and won, and that's huge for Razy.
Yeah, it was 4 maps in a row in the grand final. I think that's absolutely astonishing. And even getting the win on the Veld. Man, honestly, that wasn't good for my blood pressure. My heart was racing at like 200 BPM. I was exceeding Cooler's heart rate at PGL. It was honestly unbelievable what we were witnessing, and we got the pop-offs as well. Razy was so well spoken in his victory. I hope for his sake he's able to convert that victory into even bigger things as we come up. You know, this Quake Open League, I think, is definitely a great step in the road for him too. We are just getting the quick repicks, and we should be jumping into the map again in just a few short moments, guys.
You think Cypher can turn this around on Blood Cove?
Yeah, this is a map where you would never, ever, ever dismiss Cypher as someone who can't make something happen. He did really well against Sirius on this map. I feel like his range of plays, he's starting to make them work somehow, especially on a map like this, on Blood Covenant. So I would favor Cypher, and I would be really... I'm not going to sit on the fence this time. I will be so damn surprised if we don't go to a tiebreaker.
Okay. I like that. I like the decisiveness, all right? Take control, Zoot. I've always wanted to tell you that. But looks like we're going to get back into it. Cypher versus Wenger on map number 2, Blood Covenant. And we'll see if your prediction is correct, sir.
Round 1.
Yeah, it's going to be Cypher off the start. He has got the Ranger going versus the Ranger of Wenger. We've got heavy position versus Mega, and that is the rail quickly taken by Cypher, again using little orb tricks to help him along the way, and there's that immediate 90 damage.
Rail so strong. That was a great shot from Cypher, but Wenger also has a rail of his own. Cypher down by this blood pool area, will dodge a rail, goes up the jump pad. That's risky. The dire orb comes out. Wenger also uses the orb, uses it as a distraction to hit another rail, and Cypher needs to be extremely careful here. Oh, how did that miss?
Okay,
that drop down was a little crazy.
Yeah, he goes for that drop. The orb was well off. Dual wield. There's a bit of health and time, but there's no orb available. LG, oh, he misses the rail shot. He's still missing it going up the top. Go for the orb. Oh my god. If that did anything, I would have absolutely lost it. But Cypher brings back some sanity by equalizing the champion score.
Yeah, that was messy, and Wenger literally going for the Hail Mary dire orb does not connect. Cypher does a good job to just shut that down with Tribolt and be like, what are you doing? Stop it.
It was sickening stuff, but Cypher, really, really good work with the LG. Mega health gets taken, but he's continuing the output. And there's only about 75 health left for Wenger, and he's running for them resources. Oh,
and the dual wield LG is going to be so strong from Cypher coming out of that mega room. Gets the frag. Looking very, very strong here as Wenger's down onto the Galena, trying to rain on some damage. Yeah, this heavy won't land anything, unfortunately for him. But Cypher, on the other hand, hitting 100 damage rocket, making his way back to Mega, and surely this could be it. No rocket jump. And that is interesting.
I would have expected possibly a bit more aggression from him, but he's keeping it hampered down a little bit. He just needs to shut down this round very quickly. VENGEURR still looking for some more damage to go. There's so many weapons that run out of ammunition for CYPHER, but he hits the rail. Both of the players have nothing, and the tribal finds the splash. Oh, that was so close.
I'm still very confused with the lack of rocket jump to steal away the Mega. He had the stack for it, and instead VENGEURR turns that around. Now we're down to Galena v. Galena.
Oh my
misses
God.
that rail.
He goes for the flicks though, man. You can just like poise yourself, get that positioning right. Oh, he hits the midair. There is a totem on the other side, and VENGEURR decides against running through. I think that's a really composed decision to make.
Very disciplined on that. He knew that he did a ton of damage, and he's like, I don't know, I don't feel right about this. Something's wrong. And that LG is very wrong, as it's absolutely melting VENGEURR. He's trying to pepper in some damage with that heavy machine gun, and he will get the frag over by the heavy.
Wow, VENGEURR just got the first round in this. It's been absolute chaos, I think. Like measured, organized chaos. And VENGEURR comes out on top in this one. Let's see. I think we're gonna go Ranger again. I'd be very surprised if not. Yeah, here we go.
VENGEURR with that orb play, grabbing the heavy and teleporting straight into the rail and making it count with 2 quick rails in succession. Sending CYPHER packing towards these pillars and could catch him. Surprised that rocket didn't do more damage initially, but the rail is going to be good, and the second rail is even better. And wow, these vertical rails, insane.
Yeah, these are some crazy shots that VENGEURR's landing on. Those vertical rails are really, really difficult angles to be successful with. It's going to go the orb. Oh my God, he just smashes him with the rails. That orb is going to say goodbye. There's going to be the stairwell spawn for CYPHER, but he is weak, and control has been continued by VENGEURR.
Yeah, this is spiraling out of control for CYPHER here, as VENGEURR is just looking into the matrix, just hitting everything.
It's going to final drop. This is a man who's determined.
Yeah, he's only 19.
LG, can he finish him off? They're both so weak, but VENGEURR, he just restrains himself a little bit, keeps that control going. The mega health could get taken. Rocket jump up. I think he spotted him. And had he known, he maybe would have gone in for an extra rail. But again, there's so much time. You don't need to go too nuts. That's a really important rail for CYPHER to land. Click.
Yeah. More importantly, VENGEURR doesn't have any rails, so he can't return fire. He needs to grab as much health as he can now. CYPHER doing a good job at chipping away. And there's the trap. The orb comes out, and the dual wield's too strong from CYPHER, and he gets the frag onto VENGEURR.
So BJ now is off the spawn for VENGEURR. He's got the lightning gun. I think there might be a light armor down by the pillars, but stack slightly favors VENGEURR for the time being. If he can get into a fight ahead of the dual wield coming up, he's looking really, really good. But there's 3 hourglasses found by CYPHER. He's ready for the fight again, but it's that initiation damage from VENGEURR that's really, really the thorn in his heel.
Oh, these rails are so strong.
So it's an angle just for a brief second. VENGEURR not landing those rockets, and I think that's going to be enough to tell him it's not worth it. Go over to heavy.
I'm just wondering if CYPHER goes down 0-2, can he bring this back? That's quite the hole to dig yourself out of.
Well, if anyone can do it, it is CYPHER. He has been a comeback master over the years, but I mean, today there haven't been loads of comebacks. Okay.
He's a bit of an emotional player, though, isn't he? So it might affect him, and he might tilt a little bit. And here comes the dual wield chase. CYPHER doing a good job of getting away with 1 rocket. Eats a rail, rather, down to 25 HP. Luckily for him, the mega is right there waiting.
It's true. It's hard to tell sometimes if those emotions are helping him forward or if they're holding him back. I do feel like we have seen on many occasions, though, CYPHER getting really mad, and he kind of goes Hulk mode. So if it's one of those days, that's definitely going to help him get through. However, he could still tie up the round score. It's not over. There's plenty of time remaining. But it's VENGEURR who's landing all those important shots for the moment.
Yeah, 1.5 minutes left. That's plenty of time to try and even this up. He does need this frag, and the mega's a good start, but eating that rail's not. Now he might get trapped down here at the pillars as VENGEURR is going to make it rain. The dual wield comes out. He's going to drop. CYPHER pops rockets and dual wield to try and make something happen, and VENGEURR will get the frag and go up 2 rounds to 0.
VENGEURR's going nuts right now. Has he got what it takes, like, mentally to see his way through this series? He took down Cooler in phenomenal style. He could be about to take down CYPHER. I don't know if I don't think he's ever beaten CYPHER before. LAN, online, or anything. This is like a huge day for VENGEURR if he's able to do that.
Yeah, this could be absolutely huge, but the job is not done yet, and bagels are for closers. 1 round away. Can he do it? Rocket jump comes up, and then VENGEURR will miss an easy rail there. Cypher stack looking a little better now, and that rocket was fantastic, and the follow-up is good as well. Cypher just reading VENGEURR's movements there and getting a great frag over by the pillars.
I don't really know why VENGEURR went to the pillar room. He kind of just launched his way in there. There weren't many objectives he could achieve, at least for free, when his health and armor were that low. So Cypher, I think, is going to feel happy picking up an easy frag. And he's going to see if now he can convert and get himself onto that round. With the, just Galena to deal with. I'm almost surprised that we don't have BJ left. Yeah,
I wonder why he went with that instead of the aggressive BJ refrag potential, but nevertheless, Cypher has the positioning on here, just waiting, tempting him to go up the trampoline. He actually does. The holy hand grenade comes out. Cypher shuts that down quickly, but it will win VENGEURR the Mega, which will be deleted immediately by that fantastic rail. And now the Tribal absolutely destroys VENGEURR over by the rockets.
Yeah, VENGEURR, he kept that angle open for Cypher. He didn't give him any space whatsoever. We've got a orb right up to the top. VENGEURR is low. You could even just rocket jump up right into his face if you wanted to. The rail will connect nevertheless, and that is going to be 1 round on the board here on Blood Covenant. Cypher can still come back in this.
Not going down without a fight. I like it. I like it. We'll see if he can keep the momentum going here and send us into a 5th round.
Why are you torturing me like this?
Cypher,
super aggressive overplay.
I like that. That one. Oh my god!
Yeah, VENGEURR shuts that down real quick, and he's like, "You used your orb for mobility? You know it does damage, right? Did no one tell you?" That was a great play.
VENGEURR's still there. VENGEURR's going to check that one out, I think. Oh, he spotted it. It is BJ with dual wheel, so he's going to fire off 1 rail shot. He's in a slightly weak position at the moment, but with the orb back up, we already know anything can happen with that, and he's just hitting rails. God.
I thought he was going to hit the 3rd, and I was going to be like, that would drive anyone insane. That rocket's phenomenal, forcing Cypher off of the Mega. He's going to dual wield and actually try and fight for this, and the rocket in the mouth from VENGEURR as he just casually falls off the bridge. 7 HP, though.
He's got to find those bubbles. He's found 1, and that's going to get fresh wind in his sails. Oh, I think he was looking for it. He's just showboating, man. Don't showboat yet. The job is not done. There is no time for this. Nice aggressive play from Cypher, actually. I love what he did over, like, on the different stand, not the rail one. Loads of free damage for him.
Oh. 10 HP now. VENGEURR on the back foot will orb and rocket jump like a crazy person into his death. So Cypher waiting patiently with that rail out.
I actually really love what VENGEURR was doing, because in his mind, he was being chased from lower. So rocket jumping up meant that he was going to be safe from harm. But Cooler repositioned himself. Cypher repositioned himself so well in order to get that rail.
What you meant to say was Cypher was just cooler in that situation, and I picked up on that, and I respect you and I love you, so don't feel bad. Cypher trying to make his way back into this one, grabbing the 50 shard, and still a champ down, needs to fight back a little bit harder as he's going to eat a rail, and that's going to stop his momentum. Not looking that strong right now.
I think it's got an enormous stack, actually. We got double totes over on Banana. I'm sure VENGEURR at some point is going to go there because there's plenty of hourglasses there. He's going to want... Oh my god, he's hitting rails. He can send himself into the grand final really, really soon. Cypher is struggling to find resources, and this is a bit of a hot spot with the heavy about to spawn. Mega is going to come up shortly after, but VENGEURR, he's looking for the cutoff. Oh god, this could be over in a second, but there's a really big rail from Cypher. Mega's been taken. VENGEURR, are you able to close this one down?
VENGEURR Wenger wants it so bad. Cypher trying to stay away. He's going to heal back up off those totems. Does have the overstack, so he's looking really good right now. Also has a pocket totem in case of a fight. But that dual wield can be strong, and that initial rail is going to be huge. Cypher fires back with one of his own. The machine gun comes out, and there comes that totem to try and heal him back up. Mega right behind him as well.
Big problem for Wenger right now is all of these totems that are up. He's not got rid of any of them, so it's so much harder for him to fight the resource game against him. He's going to find one to get away, but they're still going to be triple touch. Oh my god, the rocket was huge. Still going to find him, and Wenger fighting him back regardless. But it's just those extra resources. Without all these totems, Cypher's probably dead already, and now 2 of them have just been removed.
Oh, misses that rail.
My life sustains you.
Wenger doesn't want to delete that totem and pillars. He just stared at it, and it was an awkward situation because he was worried Cypher was going to re-peek, but interesting.
Wenger's sneaking as well on Banana. There's 60 seconds to go. I'm nervous for Wenger because Cypher can make these last-minute comebacks. This is bread and butter. You can do this. We're getting some really high-level defensive rockets from Wenger, but he's got to keep on holding on, and he might be able to... He runs into the totem. He's got to escape somehow now. Small chase from Cypher. No, he's not going to follow directly in that path.
Yeah, Cypher choosing wrong on that, but he still has 30 seconds to try and make this happen. Wenger does have a dual wield.
And that heavy's really going to help out Wenger a lot. Rocket to one another. Wenger is going to be disappearing down by lower. Just one totem just to help out. He gets rid of some hourglasses, and Mega's there. And this is really last port of call. He's got to rush him down. Wenger, he's been found. He's over by the stairwell. Wenger's going to try and get away. He goes for the rocket jump. He's on 50 points of health. The rail misses, and he's going to go up the stairwell. There's 2 seconds to go. 1 second, and the rail misses. Oh, my God. Oh, that would have been it.
Oh my god, that was so close, but Wenger closes it out, and he's only 19. He's going to grand finals.
He's now taking out Cooler. He's taken out Cypher. He is going to go up versus either Zron or Razy in the grand final, and man, that last shot out from